A two diode rectifier, a two diode rectifier is having a 3 kilo ohm load, 3 kilo ohm load. The AC voltage applied to the diodes is 160 volt. If diode resistance is 10 ohm, determine the first one, average load current, second one, average load voltage, third one, RMS value of ripple voltage, fourth one, the rectification efficiency. So this is a given problem. So this kind of problems are usually asked in the exam. So always have this standard way of writing the solution, I mean answer. So write solution, first write the given. So what and all is given, first list out that given parameter. So it looks very systematic answer or systematic way of writing the answer for the evaluator. So given, so what they have given, load. So that means RL is been given. So it is 3 kilo ohm. After that, the AC voltage supplied to the diodes is 160/160. So this 160/160 is the voltage where actually this voltage is lying. This 160/160 where actually this voltage is lying.
Transformer.
Yeah, transformer at the primary or at the secondary?
Secondary.
Secondary. Okay, and along with that, if you just look into the first sentence, a two diode rectifier. So what does it mean?
Center tap.
Yes, they are talking about the center tap rectifier. So here 160/160 means it is the VRMS value they have given, because at this transformer secondary we are getting still the AC voltage and we always express AC voltage in terms of RMS. So it is 160 volt they have given. After that, if diode resistance is 10 ohm, so they have given the forward resistance of the diode. So let take it as 10 ohm. If in the question sometimes they will not mention the forward resistance or diode resistance. When they don't mention, take it as 0. If they mention, take it as 10. Okay, so but the standard value of diode resistance is 10 ohm only. But if they are not giving it, so no need to worry. So just ignore it. Okay, so here they have given RF is equal to 10 ohm. So just consider it. So first we need to find out average load current. So in order to find the average load current, so we need to, what do you mean by average load current? What they're asking? Are they asking VM, sorry, IM or IDC or something else? They're asking
IDC.
IDC.
because across the load, the current which is flowing is DC current only. Obviously, we need to find out IDC. So we need to find IDC here. So to find IDC, first we need to know because for the IDC we are having the formula 2 Im by pi. So first we need to know what is Im. So in order to find Im, in order to find Im, we should know what is Vm. So, but again, in the question, they are not given what is Vm, but they have given VRMS. So from VRMS, find Vm. From Vm, you find Im, then we'll be finding IDC. So what is the formula for the relationship between Vm and VRMS?
VRMS is equal to VM divided by RS plus RL plus RF.
No, VRMS and Vm relationship I'm asking.
VRMS is equal to VM by root 2.
Yes. VRMS is equal to Vm by root 2. So this is the relationship we are having. So whatever you told, that is the next relationship, that is with respect to Im and Vm. But first we need to find out Vm. So Vm is equal to VRMS into root 2. Just take out your calculators and tell me the answer. 160 into root 2.
226.27.
226.27 volt. So all of you got the same answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we got Vm. So obviously we know Im is equal to Vm by Rf plus RL. So if in the question they have not given Rs, so ignore it. If suppose if they have given Rs is equal to some 10 ohm, 20 ohm like that, even consider Rs. So in the question they have not given Rs, so ignore it. No need to mention also. Now substitute whatever we have obtained and tell me the answer for Im. So 226.27 divided by 10 plus 3000.
0.075.
0.075. So that means it is 75 milliamps. See, always a current will be expressed in terms of milliamps. Okay, right? Every current in terms of milliamp. In rectifier all problems, you express in terms of milliamps only. Now we obtained the current, so substitute it here. So what is the answer? IDC value?
$47.7 milliamps.
$47.7.
7, sir.
Okay, 47.7 milliamps. So this is the IDC we are having. After that, the second part what they've asked is average load voltage. That means they are asking VDC. So for VDC, again we are having VDC is equal to IDC into RL. Just multiply with RL with this and tell me the answer. 47.7 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into 3 into 10 to the power of 3. So I can cancel it.
Sir, here they are given RL and RF, right, sir? Then RL by IDC is equal to RL by RL plus RF, not like that, sir.
See, that's what I have told you. For VDC, you will be just considering RL only because VDC is the voltage which is obtained after passing the diode. But when, yeah, RF will be considered only for the RMS value or for the AC. Okay, because after passing through the diode, you got this VDC. So you'll be not considering that RF.
Okay, sir.
Yes, what is the answer for this? 47.7 into 3.
143.1.
143. Okay. Okay. 143.1 volt. So after this, we need to find the RMS value of the ripple voltage. To find the RMS value of the ripple voltage, we are having our basic formula, ripple factor formula. R is equal to RMS value of ripple voltage divided by the value of DC component of voltage. So it is just RMS value of the output by DC value of the output. So R is not given in this case, right? But whenever they are not given R value and they're asking RMS value, then you need to consider the standard value. What is the standard value for R? For 2-diode rectifier or a full wave rectifier with center tap?
0.482.
Yeah, 0.482. So you need to consider, we know that R is equal to 0.48. You can consider R is equal to 0.48, and this value we have just found. This is VDC value. So 0.48 is equal to, so we need to find that RMS value of ripple voltage. So ripple voltage means that is what AC voltage we need to find, divided by VDC. So what will be the answer? So ripple RMS ripple voltage is equal to 0.48 into VDC.
68.688.
Yeah, can you repeat it again?
68.688.
68.68. Okay. So this is the ripple voltage we have obtained. So we can write it as VR RMS. Next, rectification efficiency. The last part. So for rectification efficiency, we know that it is PDC, the output DC power by input AC power into 100. And for PDC, we are having I square DC into RL divided by I square RMS into RS RF plus RL. In this case, we don't have RS, so it will be just RF plus RL. So now we know already the different values here, or we can just substitute IDC is equal to 2Im by pi. You can do like that, or you can just directly substitute IDC value, IRMS we can find it and substitute it. Instead of going on with a derivation method, you can just substitute IDC anyhow we know, just find out IRMS. Otherwise, what you can do is substitute for IDC, substitute for IRMS formula, IM will get cancelled. That way also you can do. But instead of that, you can simply find out IRMS. So IRMS is equal to IM by root 2. So what is IRMS? In the last part, we have obtained IM value. So the same IM value we are going to substitute here.
53 milliamps.
Okay, 53 milliamps. After that, you just substitute it in this above equation. IDC we have obtained, IRMS we have obtained, RL you know it is 3 kilo ohm, RF you know it is 10 ohm, RL you know it is 3 kilo ohm. So substitute it, you'll be getting it.
So 0.80.
Okay, 0.80 into 100. So that is 80% we are getting. So is 80% a valid value for full wave rectifier?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so
Because they practically, how much we are getting? I mean, theoretically we are getting 81.2%,
1.1.
right? So here we are getting 80%. So practically you'll be getting lesser than the theoretical value. So this is how you can evaluate your answer. And always remember, your in the problems, the problems are the practical uh, scenarios will be taken. So obviously, the results what you obtain in the in the problems will be lesser than the theoretical value. So because in theoretical discussions, we are going to consider the ideal parameters or ideal situation. But in the problems, they'll be giving you a practical scenario oriented problems. So that's why in problems you'll be getting lesser value compared to the theoretical value. Suppose if you're getting 85% no in this question, then your answer is wrong. Somewhere you have gone wrong. This is how you need to check. And at the same time, if you're getting 40% no, again you're wrong. 50% again you're wrong. Because in the problems of full wave rectifiers, you'll be getting in the range of 70 to 80 or 70 to 81. Lesser than theoretical value, but not very much lesser value, like 50, 40 and all, then again you are under wrong approach. Okay, this is how you need to check. So we have got 80%. So our answer is correct. Next problem. For a center tap full wave rectifier, for a center tap full wave rectifier, the load resistance is 3 kilo ohm. The load resistance is 3 kilo ohm. Each diode has a forward bias dynamic resistance. Each diode has a forward bias dynamic resistance of 10 ohm, that is RD is equal to 10 ohm, and RL is given as 3 kilo ohm. Peak value of voltage peak value of voltage across the secondary winding is 200 volt. Find first one, peak value of the current. peak value of current. Second one, RMS value of current. Third one, ripple factor. Third one is the ripple factor. See, in the question, you should understand it properly. Peak value of the voltage they are given. So when they are given this word peak, which voltage you will be considering? Which kind of voltage you will be considering?
VM.
VM.
Yes, you need to consider VM only. You should not consider it as RMS. Okay, so VM given, it is VM is equal to 200 volt and RL is equal to 3 kilo ohm and RD is equal to 10 ohm. So peak current means IM. So IM is equal to, we know it is VM by RF plus RL. So 200 by 10 plus 3000. What is the answer? In the same way,
66.4 milliamps, sir.
yes, 66.4 milliamps. The same way, second one, RMS value of the current. That means RMS, IRMS is asked. So IM by root 2. So after that, a ripple factor. So that is IRMS by IDC whole square minus 1. Okay. What is IM by root 2?
46.95.
Yeah, 46.9 milliamps. Now we need to find the ripple factor value, the last one. So IRMS by IDC. So first we need to find IDC. So to find IDC, we are having the formula 2IM by pi. Substitute and first find out IDC.
$42.27, sir, IDC.
Correct. 42.27 or 29. So now you substitute it in this.
Zero point 481. 0.481.
Yeah, 0.481. So it is approximately, we are getting 48%. So that is what the ripple factor which is expected, right? So that is, so our answer is correct. So ripple factor is 48%. Next problem. For a sinusoidal signal, of 120 sine 220 t volts is applied to a full wave bridge rectifier. Determine the circuit efficiency if RL is equal to 1000 ohm and RL is equal to 2 kilo ohm. Consider diodes with forward resistance 10 ohm. So here they have not given any values directly. Instead, they have given in terms of an equation. So this equation is similar to what? This equation is similar to some other equation which we have used in our derivations. May I know which
Im
equation?
sin omega t.
Yeah. So, but see here, last they have given volts.
Sorry, Vm sin omega t.
Yeah. So it is the instantaneous voltage Vm sine omega t. So this is our instantaneous voltage. Instantaneous voltage means total signal. The total signal is represented by Vi. So in this Vi, we are having peak voltage, and this is going to tell it is using a sine wave, and it is going to tell it is the omega is going to tell it is having a frequency of this much, like that. So finally, this entire thing is represented by Vi. So this Vi is represented by this equation. So this equation is going to represent this waveform. Okay, now compare this equation with this given equation. It is 120 sine 220 t. So when you compare these two equations, you'll be getting different values. So when you compare this, on comparison, so we come to know that Vm is equal to 120 volt. And they're asking determine the circuit efficiency. So what do you mean by the circuit efficiency? Circuit efficiency or rectifier efficiency, both are same. Okay, I have given this circuit efficiency purposefully because if they twist the paper, they can ask like this. Circuit efficiency. Circuit efficiency is nothing but rectifier efficiency only. It is not different. Circuit means which circuit you are talking about? Rectifier. Obviously, it is rectifier efficiency only. Okay, so please remember this also. So rectifier efficiency they are asking. To find the rectifier efficiency, we need to know different values. See, there are two methods. One thing is you can find out Im, from that you can find out IDC, and you can do in that way also. Okay, that is one method. That is from Vm you can find Im, from that you can find IRMS, and also you can find out IDC, and you can substitute in the efficiency formula. Like that also you can do. That is one method. The other method is the simplified version of the formula. If you remember the simplified version of the efficiency formula, so 0.812 divided by 2 RF by RL plus 1. If you remember this equation, then you can directly jump to this equation. When we can do this? Only when they're asking it for some 4 marks. Suppose they are asking for 6 marks, then they'll they'll expect you to find out, or they'll expect you to go with this method. And usually, if they're asking for 6 marks, they'll not ask only the efficiency. They'll even ask ripple factor and any some other values also. So whenever they are given for 4 marks, you can directly jump to this equation. Suppose you feel that I have doubt in remembering this equation, then you can go by usual. Efficiency is equal to PDC by PAC into 100, and as usual, uh, IDC into RL, I square RMS into RL. Same method you can follow. Okay, so here in this they have given 2 cases. In the first case, consider RL is equal to 1000 ohm. In second case, consider RL is equal to 2 kilo ohm. Substitute it and find the efficiency. Okay.
Sir, 79.6%.
Yeah, 79.6%. If you go with this method also, you'll get almost the same, slightly different. You might get 0.2, 0.1 difference you might get, that is fine. Okay. So it is left to you. Both the methods I have taught you. You can use any of the methods. So now when you consider RL is equal to 2 kilo ohm, so you'll be getting other value. What is the other value?
80.396, sir.
Okay. So other value is 80.39%. So is both of them are in our range of efficiency?
Yes, sir.
So it is acceptable. Okay, so similar kind of problems, some twisted kind of problems are given in the book. Those who are having book, you can see example 2.12, where they have given similar kind, and they are asking for asking you to find out VDC and rectification efficiency. There also you can just you just compare the equation, and you can use the same method. And okay, in this, they'll ask you what is the PIV. What you will tell? Peak inverse voltage. Find the value of PIV. How to find PIV?
Sir, VM by 2.
VM by 2. Hmm?
No, sir, VM only.
Sir, it's only VM.
It's only VM. So it is minus 120 volt. No need to find. Directly write it. Minus indicate it is inverse voltage, reverse voltage. Okay. If it is for it is 2 VM, no? Or it is a bridge rectifier, fine. A bridge rectifier, no? So bridge rectifier, it is VM. Suppose it is for 2 diode rectifier.
Minus 240.
Yes. Minus 2 VM. So it will be minus 240. This is for center tap. Since it is bridge rectifier, it is 120. Okay. So these are the varieties of problems you'll be getting. Along with that, you might get problems based on the capacitor filters also. Let us do some problems on that. Okay. A full wave rectifier has RL is equal to 12 kilo ohm and capacitive filter having capacitance of C is equal to 22 microfarad. The applied voltage is V is equal to 50 sine 2 pi 50 t. Calculate ripple factor. Calculate the ripple factor. So full wave rectifier they're talking about. So for full wave rectifier, what is the formula for ripple? What is the formula for ripple full wave rectifier with capacitor filter? It is R is equal to 1 divided by
403 F CRL.
403 F into C into RL. So let us first list out the given. So given is RL is equal to 12 kilo ohm and they have given C is equal to 22 microfarad, and now we need to just compare with our standard equation Vm sin omega t. So from this we have Vm is equal to 50 volt, and you can just see here in the place of omega what you have 2 pi 50. What is omega formula? 2 pi f. So 2 pi into 50, 2 pi will get cancelled. F is equal to 50 hertz. So even though you know standard frequency is 50 hertz, in India, what we are using for AC signal, but still if they have given an equation like this, you have to show the steps. You cannot don't write directly F is equal to 50 hertz. Show the steps because sometimes they'll allocate some mark for this also. So that's why show the steps how we are going to get F is equal to 50 hertz. Don't write. It is not a better way to write directly 50 hertz. Now they are asking calculate the ripple factor. So substitute all the values whatever you are having. You'll get the ripple factor. What is the ripple value?
Sir, 0.0109, sir.
Yeah, 0.0109. Okay. So if we convert this to percentage ripple factor, you can see that it is 1.09%. That means, see, you can just imagine what was the ripple factor we were having without using a capacitor.
48 points.
48 48.6%. So, but after using the capacitor filter, we have reduced that 48% to 1%. Okay, this is the advantage of using the capacitor. Okay. Next one, a bridge rectifier produces a direct current (124 milliamps) across a 2000 ohm load if the RMS value of primary input supply is 220 volt. Calculate the primary to secondary turns ratio of transformer if each diode has forward resistance 10 ohm. So it is a problem with respect to the turns ratio and all. First, let us write the given. So solution given IDC, they've given it is 124 milliamps because they are telling directly it is direct current. After that, RL is equal to 2000 ohm, and they are telling if RMS value of the primary input supply is 220 volt. So we are having V1 and V2. V1 is primary voltage, the voltage at the primary coil of the transformer. V2 is the secondary voltage, which is at the secondary part of the transformer. So this 220 is what then? What is this 220?
V1.
V1. It's 220 volt. So we need to find out V2, and also they have given RF. We can write it as small RF or capital RF. It is left to you. So it is 10 ohm. It has been given. So we have the formula V2 by V1 is equal to N2 by N1. This is the turns ratio or voltage ratio formula we are having. So now from the given equation, so we are having V1, so we don't have V2 in this case, and they're asking to find out, calculate the primary to secondary turns ratio. So that means we need to find this turns ratios, we need to find N2 by N1 or N1 by N2, that we need to find it out. So first we need to, in order to find this, first we need to find out what is V2. Okay, or how we can find this V2? V2 means the secondary voltage. To know the secondary voltage, we need to know what is secondary voltage means, whether it will be in terms of VM or VDC or what, or VRMS. It will be in terms of VRMS only, right? The secondary part of the transformer will be still in VRMS only. So we need to find VRMS. V2 means VRMS, we need to find VRMS of the secondary. In order to find this, do we have any formula? So now everything we have to do reverse engineering. IDC, from IDC, what you need to do is from IDC find out IM. From IM you find out VM. From VM you find out VRMS. This is the method you need to follow. So in all other cases, they used to give VRMS. From VRMS used to find VM. From that IM, from that IDC we used to find. But here the final answer they have given. Now we have to trace it back. So we need to find VRMS. So first step is to find IM. To find IM, we are having formula IDC is equal to 2IM by pi. So this implies IM is equal to pi into IDC by 2. Yes. Tell me the answer fast.
194.68.
194.68 milliamps. Okay. So after this, VM. So VM is equal to IM into RL plus 2RF. Okay, because it is bridge rectifier. In bridge rectifier, this is the only change which will be having. What is VM?
Sir, 393.25 volt.
393.25
volt.
volt. Okay. So this is VM. So now from this you find out VRMS. VRMS is nothing but V2. So VRMS is equal to VM by root 2.
278.11.
Okay, 278.11 volt. So we found V2. So now you find you substitute in this. They're asking primary to the secondary turns ratio. Just invert it. V1 by V2 or N1 by N2. If I write like this also, it will be the ratio will be same. So substitute it and tell me what is N1 by N2. You can take N1 by N2 or N2 by N1. Both are same.
Sir, 0.79.
Okay, 0.79. So this is the turns ratio you're having. See, if you take you have taken N1 by N2.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you take N1 by N2, it is 0.79. If you take N2 by N1, it is 1.26 around, I guess, you'll get. So both answers are correct. Anything is right. It is the turns ratio which you'll be considering. Okay. So that's about the problems based on rectifier. So similar kind of problems are given in the book and also in the app. You can just go through that. So that will be sufficient for the exam as well as for the internals. So in the next class, we'll continue with the other types of diode. We are having diodes based upon applications. So that we'll do it in the next class.